What is going on, everyone? Ned DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're going to actually be looking at a shorter case study of how to use SAMI effectively to really bully your opponents. A lot of people have this misconception of SAMI that she's a boomy, but build an APC T-Copter CO. She has to be defensive until a later game when she has her victory march. That is not entirely true. She can actually be quite an offensive CO, especially on smaller maps like this or mixed base maps. This map right here is called Mystrik Maer, and I actually did a replay analysis of this map in a tournament series, so if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. Banger of a game. So we're not going to go too much in detail in the map, but all you need to know, it is a 2-base light map, 2 bases each side, 1 corner airport. The bases are actually really good for mech reinforced because you can make a beeline straight for the center past these rivers, whereas your vehicles have to go the long way around, so SAMI does have an advantage there. This was a tier 2 match. Max has been moved up to tier 1 on this map because of his base light and he's pretty overpowered. So instead of the usual suspects of Max, SAMI, Olaf, and Eagle, Max went the wayside, so then you only have 3 picks. Olaf, he could have some playability here. But anyway, we're going to be looking at SAMI here, so we're going to get straight to the good stuff. 2 great players, that's all you really need to know. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. And don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe so we can expand this Advanced Wars community, get the algo loving us. So we're going to do a quick overview of capture phase. Is nothing out of the usual, so we're not going to focus too much on it. What's notable first, SAMI gets the first tank at the top. This could be considered the weak side, it could be considered the strong side. Both of them are kind of weak in their own ways. You have to go around down here. There is more roads than forest, but still, I like the positioning after 2 turns of this tank right there. It's really centralized. So we have the first tank, but Olaf actually decides to build, sorry, I'm going to say Olaf, even though he's Eagle, decides to build a copter down here. Now, this is a bit of a gamble because copter, it's pretty far away over here, so we're kind of having a little base tradey kind of moment over here where the tank is forcing up here and the copter is forcing down there. But something that you need to know about SAMI, though, SAMI has that really nice day-to-day, and because of that day-to-day capture ability, Olaf gets a little defensive over here. He's worried about SAMI grabbing both comm towers. And one thing that's a little unusual here is both of them actually bought a artillery, which it has some viability, I suppose. I probably would save up and build like a mech or something if I were SAMI on that side. So the copter is so paranoid. Olaf is so paranoid that he's going to capture both comm towers. He actually dedicates his copter down here, basically neutralizing. It's not really doing anything in the middle, whereas the tank has a really nice middle presence. So already, SAMI is paying off, and not a single battle has happened. That's just the soft power of SAMI and her capture bonus. So SAMI is already paying off in dividends. So that was the first sort of, I don't know if it was a mistake. I think it might have even been warranted. Maybe he should have had a vehicle here instead of a copter. That might have been a softer way. But the thing is, if you don't block here and the infantry captures, you won't 2-hit KO it, or you won't knock it down far enough that it can't capture anymore. The infantry also has to hit it. So the copter has to be here and an infantry has to be right here, so you can 2-hit KO it from one on the river, one on the road over here. So the tank gets a free hit in basically, builds his own copter. Copter finally gets decentralized, does not interrupt that cap because it's still going to be able to capture. That's also a nice little SAMI boom right there. Boon, excuse me. And this tank is just going to get free hits. Just free hits all over. So SAMI's looking pretty good so far, but this is not what we're looking at, folks. Miniature, not much bullying going on so far. Kind of a typical SAMI game. A little more on the offensive than usual. Gets a hit in there, actually gets some counterattack damage. Ouch, that kind of sucks. Really aggressive artillery over here, okay. Olaf is definitely going to be able to get this capture over here. I mean, SAMI could interrupt if he so chooses, but you're going to lose that infantry. So, debatable if it's worth it. Probably not, because you also want to centralize over here. You want to bring up your anti-air to stop that copter. Combines, actually, to go on the HQ. Finally builds his first vehicle up here. So I think Olaf is already kind of making little sketch decisions by going for tank over here. Probably should be building over here. The threats are over here. Those SAMI infantry are a bit scary. So already the pressure is building. Azrael's forces are building. He is front shifting not just his vehicles, but his infantry are also front shifting. You thought you could only front shift vehicles? No, you could front shift infantry too. They're all going north for the winter, or the summer rather. Capture, even go for this really forward capture over here. That's a little bit ambitious, I have to say. But this is a nice little block. The tank is blocking the anti-air, although it can't go any further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not really blocking that hard, but hey, it's there. It could block if it wanted to. Interrupts the cap over there. Already starting to look a little bit dubious. These tanks are finally starting to reinforce, so there's a bit of a time crunch. SAMI has a window of opportunity. Let's get some damage done. We're almost to the turn of beauty. Gets a few hits on there. That's not a free hit because the copter will hit back, but you will be able to kill with the anti-air, so it is a good exchange in the end. I like that, and the capture as well. Backs off there, smart move. Sometimes, oh, I gotta capture that. Capture, reinforce, kill off the infantry with the artillery. Relax. You got time. Ain't no need to rush. And if you might notice, but we're pretty equal on income right now. SAMI theoretically should have an income advantage over Eagle, but it's day 10. There is no rush. You can probably get this property if you put this infantry on the mountain there. The infantry would have to surround it. So if you block one here and one on the mountain, you can not stop that block. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. You cannot stop that capture right there. You can stop this one, but not that one. And if you do try to stop it, you're going to get smacked by the artillery. So we're almost at the turn. And I'm going to invite you guys. Pretty defensive positioning over here. Finally building some vehicles over here. Finally has a tank and an anti-air and another anti-air and a copter. Now, I want you to pause the video. What would you do in this situation? I might even, actually I'll post in the comments below in the more info section the move planner of this turn. Move around the units as you please. What would you do? Put that out there. So what would you do? And then we'll see what actually happens. Because this guy, during a live game, mind you, made these brilliant moves. First move, kind of out there. No one saw this coming. What in the hell? Blocking that, okay. It's the copter. Copter dies, okay, this makes sense. Double time. Double time? There's no mechs in the way. There's no mechs, only infantry. Why would you use double time? You'll see why. There's a few things about double time that you'll learn soon enough. Boom. Boom. Smart move here, attacking from here first, and then the forest. Seems counterintuitive. Maybe you attack with the forest first. You don't want any chip damage on this. You want a full HP infantry blocking right there. Caps the HQ. Oh. Blocks. You need to take over the mountain now. He does. Don't worry about capturing that. How do you break through there? Short answer, you don't. It's impossible. Another reason why I use the power. That anti-air has a 0% chance of knocking below 4. The game is over. Olaf has lost. There is no chance at all. Even if Olaf uses his power here, not enough firepower boost. 0% chance knocking below 4. If that infantry has 4 or above, the game's over. If you don't use the power here, there is a 1 in 4 chance. Actually, if you use your power here, it's a guaranteed to knock down to 3 as Eagle. So if you didn't use his power here, Eagle can use his power here and guarantee to knock it down to 3. Otherwise, it is a roll. But the game is over. You don't even need to do these attacks. In fact, I wouldn't even do any of these attacks. Why would I not do any of these attacks? Because you're giving power to... Well, he's not going to get a superpower anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just gravy. But here, what can you do? Lightning drive. Doesn't even bother attacking this because he knows it's a 4 roll. Builds the missiles. Good game. Wow. And people say SAMI is only concerned about the Victor March, the late game. No, SAMI can bully. SAMI can beat the shit out of you if you're not careful, especially on small, mixed-based maps. SAMI is a sleeper pick on a lot of maps, and I just wanted to use this game to highlight. You can use SAMI too to really bully your opponent in these forward HQ maps. Hell, even if the HQ isn't there and he doesn't capture it, these mechs are coming in soon, and this is just a ton of pressure. You can't really stop all this. Copter and mech chains just infinitely pumping over here with a vehicle over here, like, very impressive. But a few mistakes by Olaf. Let's do a quick recap. Dedicating way too much down here. SAMI was able to weaken up some units, and then the late vehicles over here, they were just too late to reinforce. During this pivotal turn, this tank is blocked unless this anti-air goes back to kill it. There's literally 2 vehicles, only one of them can attack. And you can't dislodge this, you can't dislodge that. This wall is just beautiful. That is a beautiful wall right there. And that, my friends, is how you bully as Sammy on a small map. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained and enjoyed this short, quick video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.